I'm Dave Harris at Thought Clearing, and I'm going to do another video about dissertation writing and suggestions for dissertation writers. In this video, I want to talk about the virtues of practice and developing a regular practice. And I feel very, very strongly about practice, that the idea of approaching your research as a practice can be very helpful, and to practice your research can be very helpful. Instead of working to a plan, instead of working systematically with sort of fixed ability of fixed skill, people say, oh, I'm not a very good writer, or I'm not very good at this, or I'm not very good at... Instead of viewing that as your situation, think about the research that you do and everything you do as this practice of developing your skill. And each thing you engage, you say, well, here, I'm trying this. I'm trying it out to see what it is. I'm willing to make mistakes. In my previous video, I was talking about being willing to make mistakes in the context of showing your work to other people and risking negative responses. But now I'm talking about a different kind of willingness to make mistakes, where you say, oh, I got it wrong, but you know what, that's okay, because I'm practicing this, and it's okay if I get it wrong. So, like a musician practicing a piece before a performance, it's not a problem to get it wrong before the performance. It only matters if you get it wrong during the performance. And if you treat your research in a similar way, you can write drafts, and you can read works, and you can experiment with ideas. And it's okay, it's a practice. You can get it wrong because you can just do it tomorrow. With writing especially, I think it's very important to be willing to just practice it and to be willing to get it wrong, and try and write a lot of words and have them be a mess, and then practice getting better, and practice writing a lot of words, and practice developing a large piece of text. If you do that, instead of getting stuck grinding over le mot juste, the perfect word, at one paragraph a day, you can produce a lot of material and then rewrite a lot of material. Everybody wants to work in their own way, and different people have different ways of working. But if the more you can approach what you're doing as a practice, and the writing that you do as a practice that can be replaced, the less you're attached to works that are problematic, and the more you can explore your ideas, and the more you can create new works that reflect what you've learned, rather than trying to stay attached to these old things that are shaped by ideas that you may not hold anymore. So write copiously, as much as you can. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Don't worry about getting it perfect until the third draft. Write the first draft and let it be bad, and write a second draft and let it be better. But practice writing, and practice reading, and practice your work. And that way you don't get as blocked by obstacles. Mistakes, things that go wrong, aren't a problem. They're just part of the practice. You go back to it day after day. So much like an athlete practicing. If you wanted to run a marathon, you would work at it on a regular basis, day after day, or several days a week at least. You would go back to it, and you wouldn't punish yourself. You would develop a practice that was healthy, that could support your doing more, and you would become a better runner and a better athlete by developing a healthy practice, or at least hopefully you would in attempting to run a marathon. Many people don't. But for you, as a dissertation writer, as a scholar, whether you have a full-time job and are doing the dissertation on time, or you're a full-time scholar, if you can develop a regular practice that you can engage with regularly, then it will be much easier to complete your work. You won't develop the same emotional blocks to things going wrong, and there are many other benefits to a practice, but I don't want to talk about everything that I believe in about the value in practice, because that would be too long for a video. This video has just been about the benefits of having a practice, the benefits of working regularly on your research to develop your skills, to develop your abilities, to go in and be willing to make mistakes, to be willing to write copiously, and just engage without thinking about the product of what you're doing, but to think of it as a practice to develop your skill. If you're struggling with your writing or with your dissertation, I can maybe help. My name is Dave Harris. I am a full-time dissertation coach, writing coach, and editor and author. You can reach me at dave@thoughtclearing.com. Thank you for watching my video.